Good morning. Good morning. We have power. There are a couple days without it. That cold snap hit and burr. And apparently, mom's house was the worst for wear because her water, what are those? The pipes that run from the furnace, that kind of furnace where you have water pipes, they broke. Yeah. So she's not a happy camper. But it will be fixed. It will. They're working on it today. Yeah. What is in the cup? Anybody want to guess? You can win a spot on the bracket board back here. Mm, Deb knows what's in the cup, so we'll just let Deb watch the chat and we'll just discuss what's going to happen today on the show. We're going to make a hat. We're going to use some bulky yarn. This is February's yarn. It's Hayfield. That is what I'm going to use. It says bulky on it. Actually, I'm sorry, it says chunky on it. And a J hook. So we'll be working on that. Basically, we'll get through however many rows, and then I will let you go on your own to finish it. And before we leave today, the pattern will be revealed. It is free pattern, and Miss Linda will give you that pattern. And then if anyone didn't do the live and they wanted to do it, they can just do it on their own. So that'll be what we're going to do. Did everybody see the sweater is finished? Yeah. I was moving on this one. I took some little rosette type buttons on this one. That package that they look like little knots. That package I got from Hobby Lobby, it had like 4 or 5 different ones in it. They were all the old fashioned white. They work out wonderful for this sweater because there's like 4 in there, and of each kind, and they were all like rosettes. So we have a winner. Miss Frida, you win. What's in my cup? All right, so let's see. What has she got here? I moved it a hair. Some things changed over here just a little bit. So Frida, you have your choice of quite a few numbers. The only ones taken so far are 4, 8, 13, 19, 17, and 19, 24, 30, and 32. The rest of them are open. So that's a pretty much a free slate there for you. The largest number, she says. All right. We'll give you number 31, which will already generate our first roll off. So that means Frida and Dee are already going to roll off. And we have to do the roll offs because if you are in it and you get knocked out, then you have a chance to get back in it. So if we don't do the roll offs, we won't know that. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Oh, I have to take out all the names from before. Jeez. But it's okay if you get knocked out. Like I said, you get back in. Frida and D. All right, let's see. Frida and D, let's go. Oh, that's right. I didn't do the make my phone lighter. Let's see. If I do that, maybe you can see it. I can't see it. It's Frida. Frida, you didn't lose. So D, you get to get back in sometime if you get a chance. We'll move Frida up. Last week, we talked about doing the Navajo blanket as a year-long make-along, right? The Navajo with your scraps. And I posted a post for everybody to put in their scrap blanket as you are starting it. Oh my gosh, there are some people starting it, and that is awesome. And Linda, oh my gosh, Linda, she's like, well, do I put in all the colors or whatever? Yeah, whatever scraps you put in is your memories from things that you made, right? Hers is so cool already. She had ice, so no work all week. And look at how amazing it's coming out. That is awesome. She posted, and I think she's farther along than I am, and I've been working on it a year. But it's the scraps, right? We don't work on it all that much, but I really do like it. So I need to put in my scraps from my Christmas blanket and stuff. They're sitting right here. Yeah. No, it's not done, but she has a bunch of it done. And Steve can't see it because he doesn't have Facebook. But he enters all the stuff anyway. We had a winner for the January hats, and that was Anita. Anita Stein won that one. So there was only 31. So only 31 people could actually get into the bonus this year because you can't get in January now. So don't forget, 31 people. Make sure you do every month. Yeah, I was telling her that I think we should try doing a 6 bulky one of those Navajos because I was just thinking that there was a lot of bulkies that I picked up, and I'm not going to use them for like wearables and stuff because I don't really like the 6. So I was thinking maybe I should put it into its own blanket. Pretty good place to put it. Okay, let's see. What are we talking about today? We are talking about our hat. So if we want to start with our bulky hat, we're going to use a J hook, and wherever the end is, oh yeah, it's here somewhere. I pulled out a bunch out of the middle, and this is pretty bulky yarn when you get it out here. So I'm hoping it's not going to be too big and warm, but all right, here we go. I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail, not a long one, and you're going to chain 60 to start out. And right now I'm going to tell you to go ahead and make sure you don't twist it. Go back to the beginning and slip stitch to join a ring, to join in the round. And when you do that, as long as you have an even number, it doesn't matter. But it does have to be divisible by 2. So I'm guessing an even number will be fine, as long as it's divisible by 2. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because sometimes when you're using a pattern, it ends up being you are a looser crocheter or a tighter crocheter, and then when you get the hat done, it doesn't fit you. So because we're starting with the length of the hat, after row 1, put it on and try it. And then that way, if you're making it for you or put it on the person you're making it for, you should be able to adjust it easy enough at that point. Because you don't want to wait until the hat's done. Row 1, we're going to chain 3, and that will count as your first double crochet. And then you'll double crochet in every stitch around. You'll end up with 60 stitches. I've already started crocheting my hair into it. I didn't even realize that I had one. Okay. All right, let's see what Lori has to say about this. Lori says she did start a Navajo last year with her bulky yarn scraps. I need to post it. Yes, you do. Get it out. Show me. I know a lot of you did decide that was a good idea. And I'll tell you, I cannot believe the illusion that the camera picks up when you're looking at that pattern with the different colors. If you use a different color every row, it's so cool. Now, years ago, I used to make these and I did them, in the traditional red, gray, and white and stuff like that. But then I started doing them in 4 other colors, just to match people's living rooms. And that was perfect. I would get like 3 colors of blue and maybe a cream and stuff like that. And that way I'd give them as Christmas gifts for the person's living room. And they were a big hit. But now I never did that before. Now this is the first time. Yeah, you're right. Yep. As soon as we get it close to us, it ends up picking up all of our. Oh, my goodness. So I updated the basket this morning. We have a full basket again, and I will let you see what's in there. Everything is wrapped. There's all kinds of small and medium-sized bags in here. Yarny goodness, of course. And then I also stuck in that project bag that we got, that tote bag we got in our Yarnable this month, which was perfect when I get stuff like that. I love to use it in the show. It makes sense, right? So this is going to be the brim, obviously. We're going to do 60 stitches of doubles. And I'm hoping that this colorway will work for this hat. It's always hard when you see something like that to pick out the right pattern, right? I mean, it's gonna stripe, but it's gonna do it in a long, I don't know what it's gonna do because I'm gonna go around. But it's not too bad. Oh, so Laura, you picked a kind of yarn for a whole year? Oh my gosh, how do you stick to something like that? I mean, I want to do what I want to do. And when I have parameters to follow, or shall I say, blinders, or I've got tunnel vision and I'm only allowed to use this or only allowed to do that, it really puts a beating on your creativity because you're not allowed to use your mind. And where do we create the most exciting things? Well, when you're only doing one thing, like taking a shower, your mind is running around thinking about the next project. And if you're only you're limited yourself to one kind of yarn, you're limiting your creativity. Yeah, well, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't want to do that. So this is definitely taken me a minute to get around here, but I have gotten around. I am almost to the last stitch. I think we should do a drawing, Deb. I think we should do a drawing for a bracket spot or something out of the basket. How you do that is you have to have a United States address and you have to make a comment in between Deb's marks. She's going to mark the chat. You can comment, put your chat on live chat, and then put a comment down that is either a bracket number, that you want a bracket number, or something out of the basket. And then if you already have a bracket number, then it would obviously do the basket. And we will do that first. When you get around, you're going to slip stitch into the top of your chain 3 to close that. Tell me I already made a mistake. Seriously? I thought I could do this pretty good without worrying about it. But all right, let me count them. Yeah, I have 60. All right. Next row, number 2, we're going to chain 3 again. And this time we're going to do front post, double crochet, back post, double crochet. Alternating those all the way around for your brim. And this is a bulky hat, so it's not going to be easy to hold on to it while it twists and turns in our hand, but we'll get it. We will beat it up. Now I got a cream section going. That was mostly gray on the first row. And this is really working up well. It's not splitting at all. I'm using the J hook on it, and it's yeah, now's the time to try on your brim. And if it's too big, then take down some stitches by 2. Take them out 2 at a time. So like do 58 or 56, but don't do like a odd number, because you want your patterns to, as you're doing the patterns, you want them to come out even. So I'm probably going to end up doing a pom-pom on this one, because I found that when you use a bulky, the pom-poms stay on there pretty good. They don't, like, they're not wimpy. Like the smaller yarns don't give you a good, like a good seat for a pom-pom to sit in, but the bulky yarns do. And that's always kind of fun to put on, like find a matching pom-pom to go with it. And I'll tell you what, I have one, because this yarn has a little blue, and I have a pom-pom that has white and blue in it. It's cool. So I'm going to probably put that one on it. That's going to be pretty. I'd show you, but it's up in the pom-pom box up there. So I'd have to get it down, and that means going off camera. Okay, so Deb is going to close that. Yep. And she has 22 entries. She's going to get me a winner. If you win on the show a physical object, don't forget to send me a message. And anyone who wants to help out with shipping, that's greatly appreciated. You can buy me a coffee. The link is below. Or send it through Friends and Family PayPal. I appreciate all of you that do that. There were a couple this week again. I love that. There is no monetary type group to join here, but maybe someday there will. But actually, everything is free, unless you just want to feel like you want to help out with shipping. All right, so did we got a winner? We did. It's Charlene. Man, what a lucky girl. She had a birthday on Wednesday, and that's probably half of it, because a lot of times when there's birthdays, a lot of times people's names get drawn. It is so funny like that. So what are we doing what is Charlene doing? Oh, hello, Dory. Dory's not working this morning. All right, what? Charlene wants a basket item. Oh, I guess I got to get the basket down again. All right, I will get it. Now, usually I put in some stitch markers on items. I did not do that this time. I just put the items in. All right, let's see here. We got, let's go pinks and reds. Okay, so 1, 2, more pink, 3, 4, white, 5, yellow, 6, green, 7, or project bag, or this is a tote bag, and this is a hook holder. I call it a hook holder. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 in here. And I think I did that. Let's see. 1, pink 1, red 2. We got 3 white, pink 4, red 5, 6 yellow, 7 green. How's that? Oh, you're retired? I didn't know. 3. She wants number 3. All right. So is it 3 white or 3 pink? Because I think I said that. I think it's white. And she wants me to open it. All right. Oh my. This is fun. I like doing it like this. I know it's a pain, but mm-hmm. Okay, okay, the pink one right there in the middle, right? Okay. Gotcha. All right. Okay, we have all the snowman bags are in there now. Hi Nancy. Hi Nancy. These snowman bags are all in there. So everybody I had to add some snowflake ones in there now. So we're going to open this up. Now this was it was some yarn that I had hanked up. So this is got a label here to look at. This is called Cascade Yarns Sunseeker Shade. Yep. It is 50% cotton and 50% acrylic. And there is 246 yards of this cotton. So this is all hanked up for you and ready to go. Beautiful, beautiful cotton. It is very lightweight. It's not giving me like a weight, like a number on it, but it is beautiful. It can be machine washed. It's made by Cascade Yarns, and it does say made in China. So there are 2 of these in here, and I will send them out to you. All you got to do is give me a message, when you get around to it. It's very pretty, very pink, like a pastel pink. So yeah, you never know what's going to be in these little bags. I did want to ask about our next make-along. Today is number 38 live make-along. Today is. Can't believe it. All right, so that's Charlene. Okay. All right, I'm almost to the end. Let me see. Well, no, a little bit more. But yeah, I'm liking this. It looks almost marled now through the grays and the white. Very nice. We are doing front post, back post for the brim. And the choices for next week, I was thinking about working on, so it's Super Bowl Sunday, right? But we're only at 10 a.m., so we don't care. We don't care. I'm going to do it for the rest of, like, it'll give you a couple weeks. Either I'm guessing the theme from the yarns from Outlander. So if we do that, we're going to want 4 colors of a 4 medium yarn. Four skeins is what I was looking at. And if we do that one, then I'm going to have to get Doug to wrap it up. Thanks. You haven't been here in a while, Dory. You didn't see that one's been hanging there a while. Probably should trade it out. That was the good. What was that called? The good shawl or something. I don't remember now. You guys probably do. Yeah, I know. Cowboys are on the couch. I get it. Yeah. Not fun when your team got kicked out or lost, I should say. Uh-huh. I tell you, merchandise, when you have something like Eagles bags, now all of a sudden they're popular, right? And people are saying, "Do you have any?" No, but yeah, they're all sold out everywhere. So yeah, okay. I'm coming around to the end of that row, and that row is row number 2. At the end of row 2, you will slip stitch in the top of your chain 3, and your chain 3 is going to sit back, so it's going to be recessed almost like a back post double crochet. So it actually works out well. Row number 3 is the same, so we'll do another row of ribbing, just the same, front post, back post, and that'll be your last row of ribbing. So there's actually only 2 rows of that and your double crochet row. So that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Now it's starting to go back to gray. Honest? Yeah. I think it's because it's going to work its way to the blue soon. But yeah, it's already starting to change to gray again. I got to show you how it actually put gray and the cream and then the gray. I don't know if you can see the tones or not, but Steve's not in the house. What the heck is going on? Shawl Good, that's it. Yep, Deb remembered. That is the Shawl Good behind me. And that was perfect yarn that actually changed color on its own. Didn't have to do much, and the pattern came out. Pattern was good for that yarn. Yep, I agree. Starting to get darker and darker gray right now. Oh, this is going to be okay. I think this might be a good idea that we did this hat for this yarn. And then the other thing I was thinking about was the pillow, and looking at that one book and looking to see which pillow we wanted to make. But I think that the 4 skeins of similar yarns to do a scarf with is going to be fun too. The only problem with front post, back post is it's a yarn eater because your rows are overlapping each other so much that you end up using a ton of yarn up. So if you're playing yarn chicken, you may lose. Yeah. So at this point, you would have 3 rows of the brim, and you could try it on again. And oh, now I'm changing to a tan color. Well, just a couple of spots of that tan right in the middle of the gray, and it went right back again. Ha! Oh, here we go again. We're going with the tan. So it actually had a big spot of gray in the tan. That's weird, but it looks good. So worried that it's going to be all muddy, you know. What time we got, Deb? 10:30. All right. I think I will let Deb mark the chat for Christie's D-Stash, which is Let's Make a Yarn Deal. That's what we're calling it now. If you have a United States address and you want to challenge me to find something that you would like out of Christie's closet, then we will ask you to put down a color and a weight of yarn, and I will go around the room and try to find something that matches that. It's always fun. I like doing it. And if you don't like it, you can always trade it up for something out of the basket or a place on the bracket board. This is going pretty good. I've got almost around for row number 3. Is anybody caught up to where I am? I want to know because I want to know how many are actually doing the live and whether it's worth doing it or not. Even if it's one person, I guess it's worth it, right? Plus, I am doing a review on this yarn as I'm doing it because I can tell you, I am liking it. It is quite bulky, but right now we need some warm hats on. I've got to say. You will still have 60 stitches at the end of row 3. And you will slip stitch into your chain 3 at the top. And there is your brim, and it is done. So that will be 3 rows of ribbing. Row number 4. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Was that what I was supposed to say? Oh, no, there is one more. There is one more. So she does the 1 row of double and 3 rows of ribbing. So there's one more. Sorry about that. So you're going to chain 3 and do row number 4 the same. Like I said, this is a very bulky, nice winter hat, and I thought it was appropriate for this week. And the color of my yarn is the color of winterish colors. So, all right. Well, Steve's doing it. All right. I twisted and had to take it out. Oh. Okay. I know it's hard to type and crochet, but for the most part, it's a relaxed time together, and I love it. I enjoy it. 31 entries. All right. This is hard on your hands if you're using this one. I mean, it's not killing me, but I can feel it pulling on my tendons and stuff. Like, yeah, this is a stiffer yarn for sure. It's going to make a very nice warm hat, and I do believe this is acrylic. Let's look. Gosh, no, there's a little bit of wool in this one. It is 20% wool. Like I said, I can't feel the wool. You're out in the shop. Okay. That's all right. Just want to make sure that everybody, that wants to do these together is enjoying their time. Where it's a mystery at the moment. You don't know what pattern you're doing, and you just listen to me blab and doing it together. because I want to make sure that I'm different than all the other channels, right? I got to do the difference. I put myself out there for the fact that I am different, and I do sit here and make something together with everyone. Okay. Denise wins. Okay, she wants any weight ombre. Okay, that's a challenge. And it has to say ombre on it because I don't know the dang difference. I'm gonna have to get up and go around and look. But why I'm sitting still and crocheting is because I'm trying to think of which way to look first and not go the wrong direction and not find what I want. So if I'm looking for ombre, I don't want to, I think I know 2 places to look first. Oh my gosh, this is amazing color. So what's doing now is it's starting to marl in with a blue and a gold. And it's like, look at this. Look at that. So yeah, this is ending up being a pretty cool pattern for this, I guess. The long color changes are separated by like a gradient or a marling. I don't know, it's just gorgeous. And this little bit of gold in here will match my hat. I mean, my jacket. I have a gold jacket, and I'm always looking for something to kind of go with it. This will be great. I don't know. It might even go with that other green speckling yarn that I picked out for a cowl. Yeah, I think it will. All right, let's see. Bulky 5 it is. Yep, bulky 5. And a J hook. J hook. Measure your head with the first 2 rows, or you can do it the size of your child's head, because it really doesn't need anything but an even number of stitches. You just pick amount of stitches and then do the pattern according. So I have gone all the way around with my row number 4. So now my brim is done. And that's kind of what I wanted to do, is finish the brim at this point. And then the second half hour, we will give you the rest of the pattern. Okay, time to sneeze. Oh, sorry about that. Let's find some ombre. Ombre for Denise. Oh, Denise. Okay. Let's see what I got down here. They call this ombre or not. I don't know if they do. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to remember the brands of yarn that actually have ombre on the label, so that way I don't know. Anybody else know which ones has ombre on the label? I think I might have to come over on this side. Check this top one out. Okay. Let's see what this says on it. Woo! don't know if these are considered ombre or not. I think they are. So I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna show you this one and see if I nailed it. I don't know. She says, I think she said any color. Red heart ombre. Yeah, I don't have any red heart in this room. I have red heart, and I don't think I have ombre red heart at all. But that's okay. Okay, so all right. So I picked something. I did. And let's see if I can find a matching stitch marker to match this yarn. I know I can. All right, here's one right off the bat. We got a matching stitch marker. Okay, Denise, I found a mandala. It is a baby mandala, and this one is 590 yards of 3 light, and that is your colors. They are all blues. So it is a dark blue in the middle, a light blue, like a sky blue, and then a lighter blue, and then kind of like a almost a little green in it, and then another dark. So it's like got all kinds. I think I nailed it. She's going to take it even without me telling her the stitch marker. Right, we're going to put this stitch marker right on here and show you that it is blue. It is a 3 bead with some really fancy silver and a nice blue variegated like ombre. So yeah, that is my let's make a yarn deal for today. That's always fun. Love, love, love. Okay, let's get back to our hat. J hook. Don't go away because we're going to have another drawing. Of course we will. Row number 5, we're going to chain 1 and single crochet in the same stitch that you joined. So over top of your chain 3 from the row before. And single crochet in every stitch around. So make sure you don't miss any. There should be 60. It's going to be one in your front post and one in your back post. And my blue is now coming in to my project. It is turning blue. And I think that's a perfect time for it to change. Look at that. I've been using some of the things that I got over the years from Linda and from Nancy and from Deb and from Stephanie, and just introducing them slowly into all the games and stuff. If you follow along here, you will occasionally see that I will use something like that. And that horse bag was made by Karen Bambera, and it was someone asked her to make it. And I got a couple of them that year from her. So I saved it, and I decided this year to use it as the year-long make-along bonus prize in the hats and more hats. And it is a beautiful bag to have, especially if she's not making them anymore, right? Oh, I'm starting to turn dark blue now. This is row 5. And it is really nice. I'm going to say this is an ombre hat now because that's the word of the day. Even though it's got gold in it, though, I got to make some more. We got to get more stitch markers made up because I'm getting low. We haven't been home much. We've been working in the shop so much. It's now it's tax season. People are coming in spending tax money. Oh my gosh, the orders are out of sight. And I'm like, oh boy. And last week we had that demo day. That was a big hit also. When you get to the end, be careful. Don't add any stitches. Your last stitch on row 5 will be a front post single crochet in your last front post, and then slip stitch in your first single, not your chain 1, and you should have 60 single crochets. If you add some on there, your count will be off and your hat will start to get bigger, and we're going to keep it the same. So row number 6 is the same. We're going to chain 1, single crochet right back into the first, and do a round again of singles. So your next row, number 6, is the same. It's a single crochet in every stitch around. So we were talking about bowling for a second. My daughter has been bowling her whole life. She started when she was 2 years old. We put her in every single tournament that came along the pike. We put her in every league. We drove her all over our area for travel league. That's where she met her other half, was travel league. They knew each other their whole life. And she has started adult leagues when she was in college. And she's been trying to hit a few milestones, like, personal highs. And she has hit one this week. Friday night, she had an 803 series. And I don't know if you're a bowler, but that is very, very good. An 800 series would be like not having much other than strikes. I mean, you it's like amazing how many strikes you have to have. Just having 3 200 games would be great, but the series was quite impressive. So she does get a milestone ring for that. I guess they have changed it so you can only win one in a lifetime now. So if you have a 300 game, you can only win one ring. And if you have an 800, you can only win one ring. So we're so proud of her. She's running in the top high average in the girls around the area. So yeah, she's only 24. And so we were really proud of her. I did post her picture and shout her out. Her dad drills all her bowling balls, of course, has all her life. And she's probably going to get her picture up on one of the main sites that makes the bowling ball that she was using. All right, when you get to the end of row 6, you will again slip stitch into your first single and finish that row. So that means you are done with the single crochet rows, and that will be what your hat looks like now. That's up through row number 6. Row number 7 is a textured row. So you're going to chain 1, and we're going to put a puff stitch right in that first single crochet. Now, you could do a puff stitch any way that you want to. You can yarn over and put your hook in and draw up a loop and keep those on your hook for, say, 2, 3, or 4 times. Now, if you did it 4 times, you're going to yarn over, draw up a loop 4 times, meaning you're going to have a heck of a lot of thickness on your hook. You're going to end up with 9 loops, and then you're going to yarn over and draw through all of those 9 loops for your puff stitch. If you do that, you need to make sure that you keep it quite tight because this is a bulky yarn. So that is your goal, is to do it 4 times for 9 loops. Then yarn over and draw through all 9. And then you will chain 1 in between. You will skip 1 single crochet and do another puff stitch. So you're going to do it 4 times again, yarn over and draw through, yarn over and draw a loop through, or drop a loop 4 times. So you will have, so these puff stitches will be, there will be 30 puff stitches and 30 chain 1 loops in between, or chains in between. And I think that that works out very well for this bulky yarn. It's not bad. I'm going to do a couple and then show you. Mine has turned to dark blue on this side, and they are quite blue. I'd like to finish this row and see how far. The dark blue is not going to last only like halfway through, I think. I really don't think it's going to go very far. And what I do is I wiggle that puff stitch a little bit, so that way it's not just, they're all even. They're not just like one is real thick and one is real thin, because you can tighten them right up. Yeah, now this color, I just did one in a really dark blue. Wow. Look at that. How dark is that? Thank you for the congratulations for her. She was thrilled. And I was right there. She didn't do it in another bowling center where I wasn't at it. So that was great. All right, Deb, I think it's time we should do another bracket game drawing. So if you wouldn't mind, while I'm doing my puff stitches, to mark the chat, and anyone who wants to enter needs to have United States address in order to play. We will be taking your comments in between the marks. Let me know if you want a bracket game spot or something out of the basket, and the basket has been refilled. And I'm on row number 7, in case you don't know, and that is the puff stitch row. There are, throughout this hat, there will be 2 of those rows, 2 puff stitch rows. Gives it a little texture. I really like this pattern. I will be giving you the pattern to follow. It is a free pattern, and we'll be giving it to you at the end of the show. You can take your hat and enter it into the February Hats, Hats, and More Hats. That is the reason why I'm doing these. So if you want, and that'll be your February hat. And you will win, if you are the winner, 1 skein of the hat field chunky that I used today on the show. And hopefully there'll be plenty enough to finish this hat, because you never know. You never know. But this puff stitch, oh my gosh, right? I am really, it's a yarn eater for sure. If something happens and we don't have enough yarn, I will have to improvise somewhere, but I'm hoping it'll be fine. There is, let's see, how many yards is in here? And it seems like I used a third, maybe. There is 169 yards in this. Takes you a while to get around. Well, my yarn changed back to gray now. And this is pretty dark of a gray, too. It's actually turning out really nice. $27 entries. All right. Not too bad. 42 people here. That's great. So I have a cowl picked, or a cowl. Yeah, I think it's a cowl. Picked out for next week. I'm hoping that I'm going to do that. If something happens and I don't get my yarn wound up, because they're cakes of Outlander themed yarn, so they're hand dyed, I have to cake them up, but I only really need one to start. I can do the other 3 a different time, I guess. So on row 7 you will have 30 puff stitches and 30 chains, and I am on my last puff stitch. What a perfect timing. Remember that? Shoot, I missed something. I wanted to read that and it went flying by. Darn it. Remember that song from the 80s called Man Eater? It's playing in my head, but I'm hearing Yarn Eater. The winner of the last draw is Joanne Burgess, and she wants a basket prize. Okay. So at the end of row 7, you will do 1 last puff stitch, 1 chain 1, and then jump all the way over to on top of your puff stitch and make a slip stitch. And that will end row 7. And then you will do row number 8. Row number 8, you will chain 1 and you will do a single crochet right over that puff stitch. Then you will do a single crochet in the chain 1, single crochet over the puff stitch, single crochet in the chain 1, single crochet in the puff stitch, single crochet in the chain 1, all the way around on row 8. Joanne wants something out of the basket, so we're going to get that basket down and play that game. It's so much fun. All right, I'm back to blue, and it's a light blue, so I want to show you my puff stitches and my row. Look at that. All right, that's where my join is, so you can see that that's not so bad on this pattern. What a beautiful, beautiful yarn this is. That is, I like it. It's not bad at all. You can barely see it. The join, the seam. Yeah. What a beautiful hat this is going to be. All right, Joanne. Let's see what we got. All right, we have 6 bags. You're going to count from the front. Pink, 1, 2. White, 3, 4. Yellow, 5. And green, 6. Then we have the tote bag from Yarnable. And I don't think I put any stitch markers in here. But I'm sure if you wanted a set of stitch markers, I have a set of 3 down in my stitch marker box that I will bring out if you would like one of those. So let's see. Does Deb have a bracket? All right, let me see. I don't know if Deb has a bracket. Deb does not. Deb does not, but Joanne does. She's paying it forward to Deb. Deb, she wants you to pick a number and get a bracket spot. So do I need to tell you what's available? I think I probably do. So I'm going to tell you 1 through 3, 5 through 7, 9 through 12, 14 through 16, 18, 20 through 23, and 25 through 29. So Joanne is going to give Deb a bracket spot number. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Number 26, Debbie picks. So now, because of that, one hand washes the other, and I will have Deb play the game one more time. So if you're still here and you want to play, Deb, mark the chat again and put in if you want to win a bracket spot or a basket spot, and we'll do it again. I am finishing up row number 8, and that is a single crochet in the top of your puff stitch and a single crochet in every chain around, and you will still have 60 stitches when you finish this row. I'm going to put Deb's name in number 26 before I forget. I think I need a new permanent marker. Getting around, my last stitch should be over your chain 1. You will slip stitch in your first single to end around, and row number 9 will be again a single crochet row. So go ahead and chain 1 and single crochet in every stitch around for row number 9. Now to finish the hat without me, and I will do the same, we're going to take and repeat rows through 9. So you will start out with row 1, which was the chain 3 double crochet row. Oh, huh. And we will repeat rows 1 through 9 exactly the same way that we did on the hat to begin with. So row 7 will be your puff stitch row again. You'll do 3 rows of back post, front post. That'll be rows 2, 3, and 4. Then you will do rows 5 and 6 of single crochet. Row 7 is your puff stitch row. And then 8 and 9 are both single crochet rows again. At that point, you will measure your hat, and it should be around 7 inches, 8 inches, somewhere in there. And you can then cut your yarn with a tail, take a tapestry needle, and cinch the top of the hat closed. Make sure that you do it twice, go around twice, and cinch that closed. At that point, I'm going to take and turn my hat around, going back to your original chains, and start in the chains and do a row of single crochet to finish off that and make that a really nice edge. If you wanted, if it's still not long enough, you could do 2 rows of single crochets down there if you really wanted to, and pop on a pom-pom and you are done. So that is the hat. At this point, I am going to see who won. 26 entries. Yes, 26 entries. It is Miss Debbie Willingham, and she wants number 22. So we will put Debbie's name up. And at this point, we are going to share this hat pattern with you. Linda will pop that tutorial from Miss Bag O Day. Yes, it is. It is a Bag O Day pattern. There is a tutorial on it. I just gave you all of the instructions just now, so you don't have to go watch it. But if you didn't follow along and you want the pattern, it is one of hers. Number 22 is Debbie Willingham. I will write that right up here. Okay. Crystal's pattern today. Yep. It is number 529. The hat pattern for the bulky hat. You can do it for a man or a woman, she says. And it is a Crystal. So she gets the credit for the pattern today. And that was fun to do that. I said I was going to try and do my monthly hat with everyone. And I will try and do that at the beginning of the month, every month. But I don't know. You know, as the year goes by, things happen to change sometimes. And I already started row number 1 again to start my repeat. And I'm going to show you what it's looking like. This is a really pretty yarn. Frida says she thought she made this hat before. Yeah, but you were having fun making it with me. So, yeah. It is a fun pattern, and I know I didn't make it before. That's why I picked it. So I'm like, okay. I went to Crystal's channel and put in the word bulky and saw what came up and said, okay, which ones are the bulky ones? I had to choose, so that was a heck of a good way to do it. All right, see you later, Granny D. Yep, we're going. I have to go to the high school bowling team's banquet today. That is the end of the season. They have stacks tomorrow. And our main annual team, believe it or not, they won not only the girls varsity for their division for this year, but they won the boys varsity for their division and the JV for the boys. All 3 teams won their division. Yes, what a wonderful year they had. And so their stacks will start tomorrow. And so we're going down to the banquet and joining in because we helped by helping all the kids out this year by drilling bowling balls and getting all their fittings right. So, yeah, they had a great year. Hopefully, they'll win some more in the state quals, or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, burrs. So we're going to go down and have fun with the kids and eat some good food and stuff. So that's what's on the agenda. So we're going to the shop today. All right. Well, everybody have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the hat. Is it time, or do we have time for? No, we got to go. So, yeah. Take a moment out of each day and be creative. Thanks all for joining me. Have a wonderful weekend.